Welcome to another edition of Main Street Stories. My name's Dewey Evans, and here today in the studio we have some people that you might have seen. When we first started getting in the world of video production, we did a video for a local establishment, our very first one. It was a place where we went to get some things that we used in our own lives. And we like to do those kinds of stories, the ones which really highlight local businesses, local people doing great things. So we did a video for them. And then you might have also seen another video which I did talking about my health challenges and what I was doing to try and get a little bit healthier. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the Zaffanettis, Brittany and John, who own a business called I Love Juice Bar. Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
Thanks for having me.
It's great seeing you, and seeing you in a venue other than Juice. So when I go in there, I'm always really excited because I know that I'm going to walk out with Juice, right? So that makes it a great place. But thank you for coming over. So how long has Juice Bar, I Love Juice Bar, and Alan been open?
It's been almost 2 years. We opened pretty much January 1st of last year, so we're coming up on 2 years and super excited. We're expanding already and opening up another one here in August. So Alan has been really great, and the community has been amazing, and really taken to what we're trying to do for everyone in the health aspect of having an option for people in the community.
So when you started it, was the goal to open multiple, or was it a single that is now like, we've got to keep going?
Taken off.
Kind of both, I guess. My original plan was, I'd love to have, a bunch of these and, the dream of that and all that. But at first we just signed on for one. And then as we kind of got into the process of like realizing where we are, where we live, where we're fortunate enough to live in McKinney and Allen, all these, voted #1 places to live and stuff, I was like, man, we got to jump on this opportunity to sign off a location because I'm sure other people are going to seem interested in what we're doing. And so about midway through, right before we opened, we decided to take over the North Texas area and sign an agreement for that. So that became the plan to start the multi-unit expansion. So.
Okay, so I Love Juice Bar, is it did you come up with your own recipes, or is this part of a chain?
It's a franchise. It started in Nashville, Tennessee. What year did it start?
Yeah, it started in 2012 is
2012.
when they first started.
So it's about 6 years now, and then they started franchising about 3 years now. So it's still a little baby company, but I mean, we've got now over 40 stores in the U.S. and just continuing to expand. So we've got 5 stores in Texas alone, but the hub is in Nashville, Tennessee. They have 10 that are locally owned by the headquarters, and then there's quite a few owners now. So they have multiple or single stores.
So there are others who have more than one location.
Correct.
Yeah, just a few of the total amount of stores and stuff. I think there's 4 or 5 owners that have multiple locations.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll come back to the multiple locations in just a second. Let's go to the original one. Being a new business in town and this whole health craze and smoothies and juices and everything else, how did you break out of that group where you don't have that name of a smoothie king or something like that? So what things have you done to separate yourselves from that genericness?
yeah, I mean, we really try to just be different, I guess, than everybody else. I feel like everyone's doing the same thing. Really what we do is we provide whole fruits and vegetables only. We don't carry ice. We don't have sweeteners. We don't have any sort of extra add-ons that would be in your traditional smoothies and that Smoothie King may have, and they taste great and they're good to go on a hot day or whatever, but it's still not something that's really good for your body to put in all the time. And so we really wanted to be something different that was also tasty, also healthy, Also affordable on the same line of what we do, and then also very approachable for our customers. We don't try to make things too hard. We're very customizable in what we do with our guests, as we spoke in our last interview. But we really just try to be different. We try to be a safe place for people to come and hang out. We have a really good atmosphere and a really good vibe for people to come hang and do work or bring their kids and color on the tables and play games and just kind of offer a different level of customer service in that realm of the industry, where most juice bars like, hey, what can I get for you? Here's your juice, blah, 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 see you later. We really wanted to have a connection with our guests, a connection with our community, be a part of where we live, be a part of all the kids and their schools and what we do. So I really think that's kind of what helped separate us from the get-go, was people were like, wow, they're kind of getting that like hospitality restaurant feel inside of a small little juice bar. And that was kind of what we wanted to provide. And that's kind of what made us fall in love with Juice Bar at the beginning. Was I come from a hospitality background, being in the restaurant industry. And so for me, I want to be able to provide that service that I had and was doing for years and years on a small community level for everybody that comes in. And so it really has kind of helped and made it a great, fun place for people to come.
Well, Brittany, I know the first time we went in, there wasn't me, it was Kim who went in. But the very first time she went in, she had questions. And so you told her about, I don't know, how do you pronounce it, turmeric or turmeric?
Turmeric.
Turmeric. But how that
Multiple
helps, joints. And you were just very helpful. Somebody just walked in, of explaining everything. It wasn't one of those things where you seemed put off. It was almost like you wanted to engage, and you made her feel welcome, to the point where, here we are today still interacting over a year later.
Yeah.
What is it what's your connection to the community and the people that come in?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a wife and a mother. So we have a 4.5-year-old son, and he's our whole world, and our whole world really focuses on him, and so that kind of inspired us, because we were trying to find something health and quick and easy, and aren't we all? Like, that's what everybody else is doing, and there's a ton of kids in our area and families. So we just wanted something that was just fun for the community, and just having, like, for him, it was the hospitality industry. That was his background and service and all that. For me, it was just being a part of something, and also like filling a need. It was so apparent that we needed something, even if it wasn't just a juice bar, but just more fresh, healthy options just for our families. I care so much about our son, and I can only imagine, every other parent does the same. So it's like we're always trying to do what we can to take care of our families, and then also if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of our families. So there you have it. So Juice Bar is just such a great option. Is just it's like it's not overwhelming, it's not intimidating, and it's fun for the kids, and it's just fun for people that have never come in, and we get to know them and find out what their stories are, and help them in whatever we can in any capacity. And if anything, we just make friends, and we find out that we've got kids, and they all come and hang out, and it's just a big family. That's why we call it, all of our customers, really not Juice Bar customers, we call them Juice Bar family, because once you walk through our door, you're part of our family. So there's no getting away from that.
So family, are you two originally from this area, or how are you tied in?
I grew up out here. I moved here when I was about 8. So I went middle school, high school, college out here. Moved to San Diego after college, and that's where we met. And so we lived out in San Diego for about 10 years before we decided to kind of start having a family, where my whole family lives out here. And so we decided to move back, where life's a lot easier out here than living in San Diego, and a lot more affordable. And just having my family around, and just having people around that could help with, starting that up as young kids. And so that's kind of it. So I have a lot of connections. I know a lot of people out here. I grew up out here. I did leave for a long period of time, but you know, in Texas spirit, was welcome back, like I had never left. And so, you know, it's a really, really great place to live, and, you know, to have a business, to grow your family, and just the opportunities, and the people out here are so much nicer and greater than anywhere else.
And I'm from, born and raised Southern California, grew up kind of all over the place. And so, you know, being your whatever stereotypic California girl, you know, it's, you know, you're so used to just having everything at your disposal. I mean, you go to farmers markets all the time. You can go and just get that fresh produce. And so it was just like so natural to me to always have that at my fingertips. And then when we moved out here in 2012, it was just like a kind of an eye-opening experience. Like, wow, okay, I can't just go to, you know, a restaurant that's right off the pier or the bay and get fresh, you know, seafood, and like go to a farmer's market that has all those fresh fruits and vegetables and all those beautiful colors. And it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just kind of a eye-opening experience that's what people experience when they're in California, and they pay for it, right? That's why it's so expensive. So that was an adjustment for me for sure, to understand that. And then as we just continue to live here, we just got frustrated, like we need to have better options. And we just kept driving down Stacy Road, and every single time I would just, somebody needs to open a juice bar, somebody needs to open a juice. And so here we are. Just, I guess it was just meant to be. So it was awesome. It's a great pair for who we are together as people. It just goes really well with the industry and the business that we're in. It's really not a business for us. It's not like work. It's just, we're just taking care of our family.
So you came back east, and now you're working your way back west, but at a slower pace. So you opened the first juice bar in Allen, and now you're coming
Hit the
a
ground
little
running.
bit east to McKinney,
Yeah.
right? So where is the new location going to be?
It's at Custer in Virginia in McKinney, so great, right on the corner. There's a Sprouts and an LA Fitness right there, and just a ton of households right around there, some golf courses and stuff. So we thought that would be just a great location to be a hub of that part of the city. Since Allen kind of falls on the other side of McKinney-Allen border, we wanted to bring something to kind of the further part of McKinney, so everybody in this area has an option to have a juice bar close to them. One thing cool that we're doing with McKinney is we're going to have a drive-through in it, so it'll be the first drive-through in the juice bar company, so we're super excited for that, just to bring another option of availability and ease in this day of life of everyone's so busy and on the go, and really just have an option to get something healthy on the go and sit in your car and play on your phone or whatever you do these days. Just an option for everybody.
Or be a mom with
yeah,
a
be a
bunch
mom
of kids
with
in the
kids
car
and
and you
not wanna
can't
get
run
out.
out. So
So yeah, we're super excited to have it. It's a beautiful location, brand new build, and we put a lot of work into it, and tried to kind of make it a really, really cool place.
So with the exception of the drive-through, and we'll come back to
Yeah.
that, but is the look and feel very much the same? Is the menu the same?
Yeah, absolutely the same. We have the same color schemes inside. You know, as a growing business, you learn things from one to another. So we really tried to kind of put some more like design efforts inside and make some little cool adjustments by adding some things that everyone will see kind of what we do with that. But overall, it's the same menu, the same color scheme inside, the same beautiful wood, stained wood that we have everywhere. But we'll have some fun, cool new things in McKinney that I think will just be another great addition, and things that we just have decided would work well, as you kind of learn from so much being overwhelmed in the first one and just wanting to get it open.
So how did the idea of a drive-through come about, where there were already, you know, dozens of stores and none of them have drive-throughs? How did you end up being the first to have a drive-through?
I've always wanted a drive-through. That was like the first, always in the front of my mind. I actually wanted Allen to be a drive-through. I found a location that's off Stacy. It used to be just kind of this little store, I think, but just the how it was set up just didn't work well. So, which I'm actually really happy with Allen. It's not a drive-through, but you can get quick and easy access. It's just around businesses and homes, and So it's it worked out really well, but that having a drive-through has always been a goal and just a dream. It's actually really a dream. I'm kind of like pinching myself still. It still doesn't feel real, but you know, as a mom, again, it's just like we have these Texas storms and it can turn on a fly and you're just traveling and you might, I mean, I have a 4.5-year-old and I had at the time a 3-year-old, and you're as a parent, you're not even just moms, but as a parent, your selection of choices even gets smaller when you are dealing with bad weather. And so, you know, to me, it was just kind of a no-brainer. Like, what can I do to make that easier for people on the go? And what a great way to do that. So I'm really excited about it. So it's like still processing it. So.
Well, I imagine you have to find ways to continue growth, because to some degree you're going to cannibalize yourself. So in our case, you know, we would probably stop at McKinney rather than going a little bit further and going, so you'll still get our business, but it's at one place, which means it's not getting it at the existing location. What kinds of things are you doing to get the word out, to make sure that there's enough business so that, you know, both locations work and you don't end up being one of those restaurants that's here and then, wow, where did it go? When somebody shows up and it's not there anymore, what's the plan?
Surprisingly enough, you know, we're very, very blessed with Allen, and it's off a very busy street in Allen, where we have the outlet malls, we have a lot of shops and stores and things, and so naturally, and it's also in between main highways of one of our 121 tollway and 75. So a lot of people cross through to get to their destination, whether it's home, work, wherever they're going, family. And so naturally, Allen just has a lot of community around it, but we're actually finding that a lot of people in McKinney already come to Allen. That even though they live in McKinney or work in McKinney, they're traveling to Allen or past Allen or something. So, you know, of course we, don't want, we want everybody to go where, it's closer to them or things like that and not take away from Allen. But we're finding that there are so many people already coming from McKinney and from the area that we are going to put our second location. So it's just going to help that much more. We have people that are literally going to be across the street or in the next neighborhood next to McKinney. So, but they still work in Allen, so they might still travel to Allen. So even though like we live in Allen and Plano and McKinney are big cities, they're still kind of like everybody travels in that particular area. So we're hoping to now reach out to new people. We're going to be closer to Prosper, to Frisco, where we know that people already travel from those cities as well. So it's just going to be that much easier and convenient for them too. We're just excited and we're just chugging along.
Honestly, it's no worries, because Starbucks keeps putting stores right on top of stores.
It's crazy.
And they all seem to do just fine, and you have a product that is unique.
Well, we'll be taking over those locations at some point.
Okay, when they go down.
We'll be on every corner, just
I don't really
like a
fear,
Starbucks.
like cannibalism. I mean, obviously, you think about it, and you're like, man, like I mean, if you hear the amount of people that come into our juice bar, and they're like, oh my God, I live right across the street from there, and they're like, I can't wait till you open. And it's like, man, I'm not gonna see you here anymore. But at the end of the day, it's still our juice bar. It's still all we're trying to do is to reach more people, and we can do that by expanding. We can do that by our marketing efforts. We can do that by continuing to provide great service and just let people know that, hey, we're different. And hey, once we have McKinney, Allen, Frisco, Dallas has 2, it's got a new one coming, the Colony's got one coming, like they're coming, and so the more brand awareness we have, there's so many people out here, so many people moving here, that I don't think that there's ever going to be like too much juice bar.
We're ahead of the cusp in this particular area. You go to Southern California or California, it's all bottled juice everywhere you go. The one thing that sets us apart from other juice bars is that we juice everything fresh every day in-house. And You know, if you go to California, it's kind of like that's unheard of. You know, you get a cold pressed juice. So I think people are just kind of opening their mind that, you know, hey, you know, even though I might get a cold pressed juice, I don't know how long that's been sitting on the shelf. So it's just more gratifying and just more like you feel more like reassured when you get to see your product made right then and there, and you know that you're grabbing those nutrients right away. And so I think that people are just, you know, getting less intimidated by the whole juicing world, and, you know, taking it to a different, you know, taking it with another set of eyes and just saying, hey, you know, what can I do? And yeah, you know, like for a little kid, I mean, taking just a cup of juice a day for a kid is just amazing nutrients, you know, and a lot easier for a parent to say, hey, drink this juice than try to get all these green vegetables in. It's like,
let's drop a little bit of knowledge on
a lot
people.
harder than that.
If you get fresh juice, how long does it last?
It'll last up to 3 days. You know, each day obviously losing nutrients as it kind of goes, but the freshness of it, after about 3 days, there's no nutritional value at all, and it really just doesn't taste as fresh, and something that's going to kill you if you drink it on the 4th day or anything. But really, if people come and buy, you know, you buy your growlers, we always say, hey, it's great, it's good for 3 days. Our mission and our statement that we provide in store is everything that we sell in our store was made that day. We never take juice from one day to the next day, even though it's good for 3 days. So we are very conscious about how much juice we're preparing throughout the day. So, you know, a lot of people come in and they'll see us pouring from a pitcher and they'll be like, hey, I thought y'all made fresh juice. And it's like, well, this is probably the 5th batch of juice we've made by 11 o'clock, you know, like to keep up with the demand of amount of juice, we make it in large batches, but never will that juice be older than 2 or 3 hours. Just because we go through it so fast. And so that's kind of like, some people get a little like, wait, I want to see you put it in. And it's like, we're more than happy to juice you a one-off juice if you come in and ask for it. And some people do, and that's what they like. And but for the most part, everybody loves our juice, and they love that, you know, it's quick, it's fast, it's fresh, it's easy, and it's affordable.
Okay, so I am a type 2 diabetic. What types of juices are good for controlling blood sugar?
Yeah, I mean, any of our fresh greens, our super greens, our mean greens, any of our all vegetable juices are going to be great. Even if you did our sweet greens, really the only thing that has some sort of sugar in there would be the green apple. And a lot of people that do want that flavor profile of like sweet, and they don't want to drink all vegetables just because they kind of taste, you know, not as sweet and good as a savory juice might be, but they'll mix half of a fresh greens and half of a sweet greens. We can do all sorts of things, or we'll pour a fresh greens and juice half an apple in it for them, just to kind of give them a little something. Just depends on their level of sugar intake that they're allowed to do. But again, we can customize anything, any vegetable, anything that you want that we carry in the store. We can juice it for you. We got a lot of people that come in for just celery juice. They have an iron deficiency, and they're coming in and they're just getting like 24 ounces of celery juice. And, you know, it's probably not the greatest tasting thing in the world, but it's so much better for them than being on medicine and taking all these pills to increase their iron, when they can really just put something in their body that their body can just naturally get what it needs from it. So it's really
I'd
cool.
recommend We Got the Beet as well. That does have sugar in it. I mean, not natural sugars, you know, sweet. With just even adding, you know, taking your fresh greens and maybe adding like half We Got the Beet, just to kind of offset it, because if you're taking in those beets, it's going to aerate the blood and just it's just so good for your heart. Well, there you go.
That is my favorite.
But if you do have some issues with the nutritional part of it, then we can always sub out something for something else. You know what I mean? More beet versus the apple in it. So, you know, we can do things that can help offset that, to help with whatever, you know, we don't proclaim that we're a doctor, diagnoser, or anything like that, but we're just here to I like to use the analogy of just being a tool in your tool belt of health. So, you know, you might have your doctor, you might have your, you know, whatever exercise, you know, trainer or whatever it is, but we're just kind of like that tool that you can have for something all natural, quick and easy. And if you can't do it at home, I mean, we love it. We love hearing actually people doing things at home. It's like, yay, good. Maybe they were kind of scared or, intimidated of doing it. And it's like, hey, if you can't get into the store, yeah, make something. At least that's a next step. At least it's an inch closer to whatever your personal health goals are. So, and that's what makes us happy. That's what makes us happy. We're doing our job at the end of the day. So, yay.
Well, I mentioned that, we ended up in there. It wasn't close to us. We weren't really seeking it out. It just happened to be, it worked out that Kim walked in, but immediately we were drawn to it, and we very much wanted to evangelize for your business.
Well, thank you.
And it led to a place where we're starting a video production company, and I think I said, we're going to come in with some cameras. Is it okay? And do a little something. And then we show up that morning when we finally get it worked out. What was the experience like for you working with us and helping to grow business and provide some of the materials that you needed to help you market what you were doing?
This is another whole avenue I think that we have as a company, haven't even tapped into. I think this is awesome. Just doing videography with nutritional items, just even learning about the business, just to reach another whole audience, and for us another tool as a business that, to be honest, I didn't even really consider, and I'm really kind of take care of all the marketing and social media and things for us. So we are super grateful for the opportunity to work with you guys and to just come in and see what you guys do, and to put that into a visual, and the video that you guys provided was amazing. I mean, it really was. It was totally perfect for who we are as a company. You represented us perfectly. It was cool to have you part of the video as well too. That was fun. But
cameo.
I know, right?
I try to make that little cameo, and some of them, maybe not my face, so people have to pick out where I am.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's different. And so, it just didn't come off like a commercial or something like that. It was totally genuine and just put together really, really nicely. And so we were super happy about it. I've put it on all of our Facebook pages. We cut it up to put it on our Instagram page. I have it pinned to the top of both of our pages now, and we're shy of 7,000 views for the video on both pages. So that's a lot. It's been growing. So I'm going to continue to keep that up there and use that as a tool for us to people that are just learning about Juice Bar. Even though we're on a busy intersection and we're going to open McKinney, there's still a lot of people that don't know who we are. Maybe they've seen our sign, but they've never come in, or, they just don't know us yet. So when they go onto our social media, and just kind of, take a look, a lot of people kind of look on Yelp and things like that first and kind of see the reviews. I'm excited for them. The first thing that they see is going to see that video that you guys did. And that's a great way to capture the experience that maybe Kim had with, us in the store, and just kind of, set us apart in that way.
So did it meet the expectations, or did you even, what were your expectations when we walked out the door that day,
I didn't
having
know.
cameras in your face?
We had no
I didn't
idea.
know what to expect. I mean, we get approached a lot with like, hey, can I come in and take some photos, or can I do this or that or whatever? And so you just never really know. And so like when you're like, hey, I'd love to come in and kind of ask you a few questions, do a little interview. For me, it was like, oh, okay, cool. They're going to show up with maybe like a little camera or like a iPhone or something, and we're just going to sit and talk. And so for us, it was so cool to like walk in and see like a Hollywood movie set.
Wow,
with
we're legit.
3 cameramen and audio and like getting hooked up to mics and with lighting guys and boomsticks. And so it was really like I was blown away just
Very
like with the
professional.
professionalism of it all. And then just to see kind of what we did and what we know we did behind the scenes for all the work to be cut and edited into what it turned out to be was so cool. And the amount of time and energy you guys spent on that was amazing, and we're so thankful, and it just turned out
Oh, you're welcome. And I guess
awesome.
my question was
Yeah.
more that finished product
Yeah.
when you got to look
Yeah.
at, 2 minutes that came from
That was
us
amazing.
running through your lives
Woo!
for 2/3 of a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the amount of feedback I got. I mean, our corporate company called me and was like, "Man, where did you get that done? That was so cool."
What are you
Like,
going to do with it? How are you going to use
yeah,
it?
like again, like she said, it was something that I guess we've never really worked with, never thought about, and it just was really, really good, and it turned out amazing, and something we'll have forever that we can always go back and look at and just kind of watch, and hopefully moving forward as we grow, we can continue to do fun stuff like that to highlight what we do and to show what you guys do as well.
Yeah.
And
I would
so-
love to do something for McKinney and highlight the drive-through and, you know, put that up and just to be able to do something fun just to, you know, hey, this is what we're doing. So just to help other businesses
And
too.
we'd
That's
love
what we're
to
all
work
about.
with you. And this is all part of what we hope to do with local businesses to
Yeah.
help get their word out, because this gives you a chance to talk a little bit more as opposed to us
Sure.
trying to edit something down into little
Yeah.
tiny things.
Sure.
What do you have that you do as special events and things in store? I know that you go out to some schools. Do you also have trainings and things inside the stores? Like, what are there? How can there be a special event that would draw somebody in?
Into Juice Bar.
Yeah.
So, you know, doing the schools really kind of happened organically. It honestly started off with our son's school that is down the street from our store, asked us to come in and, you know, just do something fun with the kids. It wasn't laid out. It was just kind of like, hey, just come in. Can you offer something for our kiddos? And of course we're like, absolutely. Our son goes there. I think he was like 2.5 at the time. So that was super fun. And, you know, we just knew that we were like, okay, let's provide them, let's have them taste something. So what not better than the green smoothie, because it's, you know, we call it like the Hulk smoothie because it'll make you big and strong, but you know, it's got kale and spinach in there. And so a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, a lot of parents have a hard time getting those kids to eat the green vegetables. So with the pineapple and the banana, you can't really taste those greens. So it's a great mixture of the two that's very inviting for those kids. And so what we decided to do at the time was to teach them how to make that smoothie and to show them. Because from my experience and just learning from other parents is that when you teach your child how to make something, they're more prone to eating it. So we broke it down. We made it super fun. We started off with just explaining what fruits and vegetables are, the difference of them. So that gives that interaction with the kids. They get super excited to share that with you. We do some like little pop quizzes and things with the older kids. We ended up doing a kale eating contest with the older kids, which they love. And then if they win, they get to get more green smoothie samples, which they want. So it just works out great. Each kid gets whichever school, we go to elementary schools. We'd love to even get into middle schools and high schools and things like that too. But every single kid that goes, when we go to that school, will get a coloring page of the green smoothie, which actually has all the ingredients on there, and then they get a coupon. So it's cool because we're educating them on what we do. We're having them try something that we have, and then we're talking about like, hey, where we're at. And a lot of them are actually, oh, I've been to your store before, or my parents go, and I didn't want to try anything, but now I want to go get my green smoothie. And they're begging their parents to come in and get this green smoothie. And I get so many parents that are like, how did you get my kid to eat that? You know, and we're like, we all made it together. They saw the other kids eating it too, so you know they kind of are more open to trying things. You know, it's a fun, friendly, you know, family friendly smoothie that is, you know, allergies are really not an issue, so that helps as well. But these parents are just so excited about that, and so you know, I don't know, I guess just because we are parents, and you know, parents' hearts are their children, and so we just kind of, I guess that struck with them. And but it just, I mean, it fills up my day when I get to see a kid and they're just so proud of themselves, and they come in, they're like, I'm going to use my coupon and I'm going to get the green smoothie. And sometimes the parents don't even get anything. They let the kids come in and get, and then they're like, try my green smoothie. Like, how cool is that? Like, where does that happen? You know, that the kid is actually teaching, the children are teaching their parents and opening up their mind, opening up their hearts and minds to something that's new that maybe they never got taught. So that is like alone just, I get, goosebumps just thinking about it, because it's just these kids are, again, just kind of going into what we talked about in the last interview, is they have everything at their disposal these days. They're learning so much faster. And so it's our duty and it's our responsibility to, not take that lightly, and to take that seriously, and to do something about it. And so it feels good to be a part of that.
So when's McKinney scheduled to open? What's the time frame at this point in time?
August 20th. We're looking
End
right
of
around
August.
there. End of August. Just depends. I mean, building's going great right now. We haven't really run into any hiccups. So really kind of the end of the process in learning all this as we've kind of grown is really kind of where you can get held up with inspections and all that fun stuff. But we're right on schedule. We've got all of our equipment ordered coming in soon. We've got tile and flooring being put in, and walls are up and stuff. So we're looking right around end of August, August 20th, somewhere in that week or something, give or take. So it should be good to go. And
Everybody follow Juice Bar McKinney's Instagram, because every time I'm over there, I'm updating, doing a little video, trying to update everybody on the progress of the build out, and to learn, just to kind of see where we're at and what we're doing, because we get questions.
So that's a good place to follow the progress, is
Yeah.
the Juice Bar McKinney Instagram.
Yep.
Okay.
So go to Juice Bar
yeah,
McKinney.
we try to update it just so people that are interested can kind of see and for us it's fun to see the progression of
Yeah.
So they can keep up with it there, but until it opens, and even after it opens, there's another location. I don't think we gave what the other location. We've said that it's in Allen. Where in Allen are you located?
So we're off Stacy and Waters, the corner of Stacy and Waters. We're right across the way from Walnut Cafe. And so the Instagram page for Juice Bar Allen is just Juice Bar Allen. So if you just type it in your little search bar, it'll pop up, because that's pretty much the closest juice bar to you. So, so there we go. But yeah, our company is actually called I Love Juice Bar, even though it says like Juice Bar on it. But everybody loves juice, so here we are. I Love Juice Bar. That's our name.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming out. And if
Thank
you
you.
haven't been there, you owe it to yourself to take the time to go in. It's got to be the most friendly place that I've been. I go to Starbucks often. And when I go to Starbucks, people are on their devices. When I go in I Love Juice Bar, there are people talking to other people. They're interacting with each other, and leading the kinds of lives that we all dream of leading, but we often get stuck in the convention of what goes on in today's society. I Love Juice Bar is like going out to a farm where everything's fresh, everything has great colors, the juices have great colors, the signage does, the people are friendly, they are your neighbors. You owe it to yourself to go on out, check them out, and we look to have you back here again.
Thank
Love
you
to.
so much.
Thank you
This
very
is so
much.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us what you do, and letting us do this.
Yeah.
This is just, it's awesome.
you guys ever need
Thank
video
you.
work,
Yes, these are,
super good.
we'll tag.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dave. Appreciate it.